This week on Did Y'all See, we're talking about Kim K's assistant coming for Amber Rose and Blac Chyna in Kylie Jenner's defense, Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz stepping out together at the Met Gala, and Laila Ali calling Floyd Mayweather a broken little boy. All this and more on Did Y'all See. I like news, gossip, and tea. Any lifestyle content, that's about me. Did y'all see? Did y'all see? Did y'all see? Did y'all see? So did y'all see that Jonathan Cheban, Kim K's BFF, personal assistant, whatever the hell.
Black dog.
Okay? Booty licker. Was out here talking to the media, talking about Blac Chyna and Amber Rose were like bullying Kylie Jenner. And not only did he say that, he like pulled out all the racial stereotypes about black women. He was like, they're bullies, they're aggressive, they're street, they're ghetto.
Girl, I was just like, why is this necessary? What he was saying didn't make any sense. Like, he was like, I would be willing to, post videos from their stripper days on my website. He was just doing the absolute most. And I thought it was really disgusting for him to come for Chyna and Amber like that, especially since Chyna used to hang out with Kim.
Okay? You know her very well.
So I thought he was really corny, and I think he needs to sit his ass down.
I just feel like he does it for his own little brand of attention. Mm-hmm. And I cannot stand when people, and I hate to do it like this, but when white folks who ain't never had to
take it plain.
Okay, let me do it. When elitist white folks with a lot of money, who ain't never had to do nothing, they never had to work for nothing, spend their time trying to make comebacks based on someone's past. Mm-hmm. The only thing you can say is they're ghetto and they're bullies and they're just street.
Right. And what
the fuck does that mean?
What he means to say is they're black. Let's just make it plain. That's coded language. We all know what that means. Ghetto, street, aggressive, black. But that's what the Kardashians have made their name off of. Y'all ride with black people to climb this ladder. Y'all want to look like black women. Yeah. But when it comes to being black women, you have no respect for that? Girl, I'm tired. Yeah. I'm tired. Kim has made her fortune off of a sex tape. Yeah. But you try to come for a stripper?
Yeah. If you're not about this life, then don't try to pop or don't try to come. Okay. And this is my problem with a lot of celebrities. You try to come for people, and then when they clap back, then it's like, well, oh my God. Like, no.
Because you're not ready.
Right. You're not ready. You was 16, 17. You trying to push up on someone else's grown man.
You want to be grown. You want to date a grown-ass man. You want to get lip fillers and act like you're 35 years old. You gonna get, you might get dragged by some adults who feel however they want to feel, unfortunately. And Chloe, I'm like, come get your sister. Okay. And she's out here, I even saw her with the lip filler thing trying to talk about, if you got something and somebody asks you about it, you need to be upfront about it, you need to be honest about it, but y'all got all this stuff in your ass. Mm-hmm. You got something done to your lips too, and y'all over here acting like Kylie is a whole different project. Yeah. Like, right. They just all live such a twisted life that it's like, the last person I want to hear from is they lapdog in the corner trying to come out can I come out the corner and get some spray and say, can you pull the chain off so I can talk? Like
a slave.
Sit down. That's all he is. The clapback friend for Kim Kardashian. That needs to be his title. Put it on a motherfucking card and hand it around because that's what you do. You don't have no website. You don't have no nothing. You're a white man with money who's a lapdog who comes out the corner. That's it. I can't stand something like that. They're ghetto, they're street, and they're trash.
Girl. And you are nobody. So, did y'all see that Lenny and Lisa were at the Met Gala together? They have been divorced since 1993. She's married. She has children with her new boo. But Jason, what's that? Last name? Momoa. Okay, whatever. He's fine. Let's just say he's fine. She didn't downgrade. At all. She stayed right on that same plane. Mm-hmm. But anyway, she and her ex-husband and their child, it was a family affair. They went to the Met Gala together. And I was just wondering, was it a little weird, a little odd that they would be together since they are exes and have been so for over a decade. Almost 2.
I'm not surprised. She did an interview last year or the year before last, and Lisa told Jimmy Kimmel that her and Lenny talk every day. And Zoe does not, Zoe doesn't live with her anymore. There's no reason for them to talk that much, but that is one of her best friends, and that's how they keep in touch. Now, it is weird, but I just really love them, and I really love Lisa Bonet.
You know, it's kind of weird, and I don't know. I don't think I would want that for myself. But like I said, I'm relaxing, you know, release, and you know, if it's working for y'all, and if her husband is comfortable with it, whatever. I mean, if he's truly comfortable with it, not just saying, go ahead, babe, do your thing, and he's really feeling some type of way. Like, if everybody's good, then whatever.
I do think it's a little odd, considering that Zoe is, whatever. We really don't know. Considering that she's not like a little girl no more. Like, she's grown. And really, they all went, and she was doing her own thing.
They weren't like taking family pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, there was
well, mom and dad was like,
girl posing.
We're both wearing Valentino. Like,
matching.
Y'all wasn't doing all this in the 90s.
I was somebody's wife. If I was Jason Momoa, and my husband was like kicking it hardcore, willy-nilly, matchy at the Met Gala with, you know, his ex-wife.
Yes.
And then they was hanging together often, acting like they were doing it for their like 20-something-year-old child. Yes. I would be somewhere salty. I'd be in the house watching it on my computer like, I said I was okay with it, but I'm not really.
But you know what it is? Like, when you love somebody, and obviously they still have mad love for each other, you can see it, right? But I think, like, even when you love somebody just like, as you my brother, my sister in Christ, I love you as a friend, all that stuff can turn into romance. You know, you sitting, kicking it, reminiscing, like, yo, remember what we used to, you laughing, joking, then it's like, hold up, I miss that. You know, so it's a slippery slope. I don't care how, that's a slippery slope. So, did y'all see, we all know that Floyd Money Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao this past weekend. But before that, Laila Ali was on CBS Sports, and they asked her, you know, what she thought about Floyd generally, because he made the comments that he was better than Muhammad Ali, her father. So she spoke to his comments about, you know, saying that he was better than Muhammad Ali. She said, you know, he's a fighter. It's his job to be, you know, to promote himself. So she didn't have a problem with that. She was like, but the thing is, Floyd Mayweather is kind of like a broken person. And she was like, you know, I look at him and I see a little boy. She was like, you know, and I know Floyd, I've trained with his father, I've trained with his uncle or whoever. And there have been times where I wanted to reach out and have a conversation with him because I'm not into, you know, his persona outside of the ring. And obviously, you know, the domestic abuse.
She wasn't wrong for what she said. However, I just, you know, she was saying that she was familiar with his family. She's worked with his family. If you really cared the way you felt like, the way you're trying to make it seem like you cared, you would have pulled him aside and the first conversation would have been with Floyd and not with the reporter. So I just feel like her comments were kind of out of line. They were true, but out of line.
I don't know. When people come out like that, you don't see, and they have so much to say about people who everybody's talking about, it's always interesting because it's like, where you come from? I feel like, weren't there like allegations of abuse again? Not like sexual abuse, but like actual physical abuse, like against her, Muhammad Ali? So it's like, it's very interesting to be like, oh, well, you know, the domestic violence. I mean, obviously, Floyd Mayweather shouldn't be putting his hands on folks outside the ring, you know, like that, especially not, you know, mothers of his children or anything like that. But it's just interesting when you have that kind of look at other people's situations and lives, and it's like, well, my own family situation is not really where, it's not 100% perfect either.
I honestly don't think Laila Ali was the right person to say anything because honestly, if you're beating the mother of your children, you're probably not going to listen to a woman, another woman who you have no intimate relationship with coming and talking to you about your domestic violence issues. But on the same hand, I feel like it's a conversation people we need to have because I mean, like, Stephen A. Smith had a whole in-depth interview with Floyd Mayweather and never brought it up. Like, you talking about what you spend your money on, but you never mentioned the fact that there are like 7 documented incidences of you with domestic violence. Like, your son has written like depositions saying this is what you did to my, you know, like, it's a whole lot of stuff. And when people do call you out on it, it's like, you know, he banned those reporters from coming to the boxing match. So it's like, someone I do agree with her in the sense that there are too many yes people around him and no one is saying like, you know what, you should really get help for this. But again, like, the venue might have been the wrong place. And
if there's genuine concern there.
If there's genuine concern, the venue is the wrong place. And then I was talking to somebody else and they were like, what do you think a conversation with him is going to do? That's true. He would have to need that on his own. He would have to want that for himself. We hope you enjoyed this ultra turnt episode of Did Y'all See? For more videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/MadameNoire.